Hello, I'm Lesley Logan. Today we're doing Big Frog here on the Cadillac. You can do this on a tower as well. So Big Frog, also known as 5-point frog, there is a variation that I think a lot of people will be more familiar with, and then there's a variation that's a little bit more difficult to do, but super fun if you're ready to challenge yourself. So I'll show you both variations. Typically, you would do Big Frog after you did your entire leg spring series, so it comes at the end. So you'd already be set up for it, but I'll set you up for this so you can just make sure you're doing it correctly. It's very important you don't let the springs work you. We're not here to see how much you can bend your knees. It's not impressive if your heels can touch your butt. So if you are looking at this series from the onlinepilatesclasses.com flashcard deck for the Cadillac and Tower, you'll see I broke up every single exercise in the leg series. So with the leg springs, so some of them you'll do, and then you'll get more progressive and you'll remove some, and then you'll do harder ones. This is definitely a little bit more difficult to learn. You might not learn it on the first few times you do your leg spring series, but you should learn it soon because it's so helpful for a lot of your mat and reformer exercises. So you are lying on your back, head towards the edge. Arms that are straighter are harder. Arms that are more bent is easier. Heels together to start. Then you start in a bit of a reverse position. So we keep the shape. So whatever shape you are in your frog, where your muscles are working, right? Like I could bend in this much, but nothing is on. So I start here where my pelvis is down, muscles are on. Then from that shape, I just push my feet down. Then I drag them along the mat. Without lifting them, I open up to the edges of the mat. I reach them up towards the high diagonal where my pelvis is still down. Squeeze them together, frog in, press it down. So again, doesn't matter if my heels are touching my butt, I want my leg muscles on. You reach from the back of your legs along the mat, open, lift, squeeze together, frog it in. To reverse, we frog out, open, reach down, squeeze along the mat, bend your knees like bicycle, but both at the same time. And then I only come to where I can stand in the springs, and I pick this whole shape up with my center. Frog out, open, reach down, squeeze, bend those knees in, lift it up. Now, I promised you two versions. That's the more basic version. It's definitely complicated. It has a lot of mind-body coordination in there. The second variation is a little bit more like a pelvic lift, mini short spine, mini semicircle. Super important though that you don't actually do a short spine. It's not airplane. It is definitely just like it's smaller than you think, and it's very easy to make it too big. So first I do the reverse. So my feet go down to the mat. I press out along the mat. I open my legs. Right here, when the legs lift, my pelvis lifts a little bit. Then I squeeze the legs together as I frog in. I roll my pelvis down. Do you see it was so small? I'll do it again. Feet go down. They scrape out, open. The feet and hips lift just a little bit. I bend in. As I bend in, I roll my hips down. The reverse, the hips lift as the legs go out. You open the legs, and as the legs go down, the hips go down. Again, this is not airplane, so the hips lift a little bit. That was a little too high. I'm going to do that again for you. You can see it's really easy to cheat. So as my legs go out, my hips lift just a little bit. There we go. Open, everything comes down and together, and then you frog back in. So 3 to 5 in each direction. You would not normally do both variations, so you would learn the first one first, and then you would try the second one. And then once you get pretty good at the second one, you ditch the first one. All right. Or you can go back and forth between the two in your practice. It's up to you. If you want to try this in a workout, join us at onlinepilatesclasses.com, where we do life better.